Welcome back to Pace Immigration, talking once again with immigration lawyer extraordinaire, Andy Semichuk from Pace Law Firm. Andy, it's been a couple of weeks. So, you want to do a speed round?
Yes, let's do it right now.
Okay, answering the questions from the people. Number one, for how this is kind of a common one, kind of a standard answer, but we'll see.
Okay.
How long is the process to get a work visa?
Okay, it's probably about, I'm going to say 6 months. I was just talking to someone in our office, John Burke, who's an expert on the LMO part of a work permit. And
LMO is?
Labor Market Opinion.
Okay.
It's step one of 2 steps to get a work permit in most cases. These are temporary work permits. And he's saying it's taking about 4 months now to get the LMO. And then it's got to go overseas. And depending on the consulate, it takes some more time. So I'm going to say 6 to 8 months as the timing for getting a work permit.
Okay. Number two, if you're a Canadian, are you allowed to keep a dual passport?
Yes, no problem. Dual citizenship with any country that allows for dual citizenship. For example, the U.S. or some of the British, British and European countries.
Nice. Okay. Number three, moving it right along. I want to know what would be the best option for me to choose to go back to Canada with my kids. I've lived there in Toronto and I went to school there too. However, we came back to Argentina because of my parents 15 years ago. Since then, I can't find the best way to return. Thanks.
Okay, sounds like the best way to return is the way they came here in the first place 15 years ago. It's difficult to answer the question without more specifics. I'm assuming this family was not born in, none of the members of the family were born in Canada. So they're looking at immigrant options. Again, probably the best way is the way they came the first time. Sounds like maybe they came through work. If they did, we're going to need an employer. Or if they had a family member sponsor, then through the family sponsorship again.
Sounds like you need some more details.
Yes.
Yeah. A. Semichuk at pacelawfirm.com, the email address right here. Send him some details. Maybe Andy can help you out. Number four, my name is Mohammed. I have Italian papers, 3-year papers. I don't like Italy. I want to go to Canada. However, he says I am from Afghanistan.
Okay, so the question there, Afghanistan, of course, because he's from Afghanistan, it'll take extra time because of security clearances and stuff like that. And it's processed through Pakistan, which is also one of the countries that takes a long time to process. But the key issue for him is he's got to have a job offer here in Canada. So he's got to use his friends, relatives, anybody he knows in Canada, look in the newspapers, look on the web, on the internet, and see if he can find an employer who's prepared to offer him a job. And that would be the way to come in.
Okay, number five. I have been offered many IT jobs in Canada, and I'm going to Canada to work on an IEC experience visa. After 2 years, am I eligible for immigration with Canadian experience class? And he adds also, can I apply for immigration as a self-employed person?
Okay, IEC is a special Irish work visa for 1 year. International Experience Canada is the name of the program, especially for Irish students. Largely, probably. So the trick is it's a 1-year work permit, but in order to qualify to stay permanently in Canada under the Canadian experience class, you have to have 2 years of work experience. So this guy has got to find, or woman has got to find, an employer who's prepared to get a labor market opinion and offer a job for the extra 1 year so that they qualify for 2 years of full-time work experience in Canada to be able to apply for permanent residence. So the answer is talk to your boss, be good, butter them up, and yeah.
All right, hope they're Irish too.
Yes, and as far as self-employment goes, that's a no-no. That doesn't help at all unless you've got big money and you're starting a business in Canada. But this business of being self-employed doesn't work. You need to be on a wage, a wage-employed basis.
Okay. Let's move along. This is actually the last one right here.
Okay.
This guy wrote in. He said very simply, I can't find the Canadian office in Iraq. Where is it?
Okay, Iraq is closed. It used to be processed in Syria. Syria is closed. So now all that stuff is being processed in Amman, Jordan.
Wow. So they got to get on the bus and get over there somehow, anywhere they can.
Or paper, just mail the application over.
Oh, okay, great. There's a speed round with Andy Semichuk. Don't forget, write all your questions in at facebook.com/canimmigration, and we will answer, or Andy will answer them. I just kind of, interpret them from the BlackBerry.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye, everybody.